This is Food Through the Ages by Mary, Meg, Shannan, Stephie, and Tara. Since the beginning of time, people have needed food in order to survive. Depending on the time, the way they have acquired and prepared food has changed depending on the advances of that time period. It is important for students to learn this because they will need to one day prepare their own food, and they should understand where it has come from and how it has evolved. The glicks we have found are from 3rd grade. The first one is describe major kinds of economic activity in Michigan today, such as agriculture, manufacturing, services and tourism, research and development, and explain the factors influencing the location of these economic activities, and also describe how people adapt to, use, and modify the natural resources of Michigan. The earliest humans had to search for their food. They did this through hunting and gathering with minimal tools. They went to wherever the food was. As time went on, humans found a way to bring the food to themselves and grow it. These tools made it easier and faster to get the resources they needed.
An example of this is a yoke. This is a tool carried on the shoulders that people could use to carry multiple buckets of water or food. This tool allowed one to carry more than a daily ration so that they didn't have to continuously fetch it. Just as the yoke made traveling of water and food easier, the canteen did as well. It made water portable and was used mostly by soldiers. By the mid-1800s, people had developed tools that helped them store food. The icebox was created so people could store chilled food for long periods of time without it spoiling.
Other tools required manual labor, such as the sink, where people needed to pump water up to the house from the underground well. Compared to the yoke, this made water more accessible and easier to acquire. Tools were developed to create additional foods for alternative purposes. An example of this is the butter churn, where people manually used cream to make butter. This was beneficial because people could use it right in their home and create new flavor for their meals. Ovens required manual labor to keep them heated. People did this by periodically adding wood that would be burned to create heat. This heat was used to cook with, as well as to heat the house. This is an improvement from the days of simply cooking over a fire pit or in a fireplace, because it was more convenient and safer. From the 1850s to the 1880s, the mining industry boomed in Michigan, which had an impact on the utensils used in the kitchen. Pots were made of copper, which was the main resource at the time.
People were also able to store food for long periods of time in tin cans, like this one shown here. At about the same time, the logging industry was also thriving in Michigan. Non-perishable food could now also be stored in cardboard boxes. This made mass production and transporting the goods easier. Since lumber was a readily available resource, a lot of utensils in the kitchen were also made of wood. During World War II, people needed to cut costs. Therefore, having private vegetable gardens on their property became popular. This way, the food was readily available in the home and was a cheaper way to get nutrients. Farmers markets started to develop as a way for people to make money off of the food they were growing at home.
Once the 50s came around, electronic appliances revolutionized the kitchen. Refrigerators replaced ice boxes, which were a great development because people could not only store frozen food, but cool food as well. Also, there was more room because there was no need for a block of ice taking up space. By this time, the faucet and indoor plumbing had replaced manual pumps to get water. Now people simply need to turn a handle to get clean flowing water. No intense manual labor is needed. The modern sink is extremely convenient and practical. Ovens at this time had also evolved from wood burning to electric or gas. These ovens don't require constant replenishing of wood. They stay heated as long as one has them turned on. Temperature controlled is an added bonus, making it for easy and controlled cooking. Throughout the mid to late 1900s, catalogs developed so food and tools could be ordered right to the home. People don't need to go out and find the food like their ancestors used to. Now the food or tools they need can be delivered right to their doorstep. What a difference! As you can see, the process of retrieving, storing, and preparing foods has greatly evolved from a labor-intensive process to a convenient and easy one.